Welcome to your Vibe Tribe. I'm your host, Eliana. Tune in every Friday to listen to conversations about mental health, relationships, dating, pop culture, and listen in on powerful interviews with powerful women from all walks of life. Hey guys, this is your host, Eliana, and welcome back to your Vibe Tribe. This is officially my first recorded episode. I'm kind of nervous. So I'm glad to have my cousin and also the official Gen Z spokesperson of your Vibe Tribe, my cousin Dayanna. So please give her a warm welcome.
Hi guys, I'm Dayanna. I'm currently living in Austin, Texas, but I am from Florida. This is my favorite cousin right here.
It's just saying that.
Dog May. She's gonna keep making appearances as much as she wants because she just needs attention and love at all times.
Yes, she's so cute. Guys, when I first met May, she was literally like so scrawny. She was tiny and she was so skinny. I remember. I don't know why she was so skinny because
Dude,
she
yeah,
ate a
no,
lot.
she was. I keep getting like little like flashback memories of her, and she was a little like floof ball. She was so tiny.
No, before we get into it, I do actually want to take like a 2 minute moment for my mom, guys, because I don't know if you heard the last episode, Dayanna, but like, I mean, you know, my
I
mom,
saw
she's
it.
not super. Oh, you saw it? You
No, I saw it on your Instagram. Like I saw your
Oh,
post on
okay, I'm
Insta,
dead. Okay,
and it was
yeah.
good. What she said was good, and I know like
I
I
know.
call her Thea, but like I know she has been through.
Tía
I don't
Thais.
know. Yeah, I know. I can't. Can I say shit? Like, can I curse and shit?
Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I know
This is not made for kids, so we can say whatever we want here. Yes.
Okay. Well, I know she's been through some shit, but like I've never like heard her talk about it, and just like hearing like what she had to say about it, I was like, wow, she's just awesome. I love her. I'm really proud of
Yeah.
her for doing that.
Yeah, and then like I basically had to convince her. She's like my number one fan on the show, like 100%. Like she literally listens to I posted on Fridays, but every Saturday she's like, "Mommy, I listened to it. It was amazing." Like she's my number one supporter. I love
Mm-hmm.
her. But I was like, "You're literally like what like you're such a powerful woman too. Like you've been through so much." And she's changed a lot. Like just even like looking back, I'm like, you're not the same person that you were when I was younger. Like you've grown a lot.
Yeah.
So I was like, you have to come on this podcast and just like talk about, and she didn't even talk about like 1/4 of her story. Like she literally mentions like 10%. And I was like, it's gonna resonate with people. And I literally got messages and DMs from different girls like telling me like, oh, like girl, I listened to your mom's podcast and like I got teary-eyed and it was like so inspiring. And I was like, there you go. And I like literally have been sending them to her because
Aww.
I'm like, she has no idea. I'm like, she was so afraid to do it because obviously she still has an accent. I'm like, nobody cares.
I
Like,
know.
I
Yeah.
can understand you. They're going to understand
Yeah,
you.
for sure.
Like,
And I love hearing her talk. She's the best.
she's so cute.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
love her. But anyways, it's your moment now.
Yeah,
So
let's quit talking about that one. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I'm dead. But no, guys. So obviously Dayanna, how old are you again, if you
I'm
don't mind
20.
saying?
I'm 20. I
20
just
years
turned 20
old.
in November.
Yeah. So she is the Gen Z generation. And it's really funny. Like, I didn't really know that there was such a cultural like difference between Gen Z and millennials. And like I try to be like cool and hip and like stay with the trends, but like watching shows like Euphoria, I don't know
Yes, I
if
have
you've
not
seen
seen
Euphoria.
season 2, so no spoilers.
Okay, wait. I just started watching it. So okay, we're gonna touch on that.
Yeah.
I like watching that show and like obviously I'm on TikTok a lot and I'm trying to grow on TikTok. So I see like obviously TikTok is majority Gen Z
Mm.
and it's such a cultural gap. Like there it is. Like I'm sure like do you notice that much of a difference between like
Yeah.
millennials and Gen
Did you
Z?
ever watch Skins?
Yes. Oh my gosh, I was just talking to Manny about Skins. Okay, wait, go ahead. Yes, I did watch
Skins was
it.
my favorite show. Like I spent like you know how Euphoria when you watch Euphoria you kind of get into like a pit, like you get into like a low pit. You're kind of like oh, this
Yeah.
kind of sucks. I was in that pit
Like
with
life is
Skins.
really shitty.
No, yeah, I'm like, wow, this is kind of making me rethink everything. No, but with Skins, I did the exact same thing. Like, I literally
Yeah.
locked myself in my room for like a whole week and a half, just watching the entire thing, and I just like I
Like binge watching
yeah, it
it.
completely changed me. I was like, "Oh my god," but watching that to watching Euphoria, I'm like, "This is just, like, the, like."
Euphoria is like skins on crack though,
Yeah,
I feel
for
like
sure.
way more.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot, really.
Yeah, like I don't know. I have my cons and like I'd love to hear your opinion on Euphoria, but we'll talk about that. But
Yeah.
I did see like such a huge like cultural gap that I'm like, wait, what the hell? Like when did that happen? And I know that's like the part of like getting older when you're like, oh my God, there's a new generation. But like holy shit. But yes, talking about Euphoria, like I remember I watched Skins when I was in, I don't know, middle school.
I think I
Because
watched it
there was an
twice.
original Skins and then there was a remake, a US remake. Because the original Skins is actually, I think, like a British
Yeah, that's the one I watched.
show.
That's the one I watched.
So you watched the original
I
one, my
watched the
bad.
original, it's not a big deal. I was speaking in a British accent for a week and a half.
I'm
Okay.
dead. Well, I watched both. I watched the British one. I don't think I finished, but I definitely watched the American one, and
No.
I don't think I finished it either. I'm the worst, but like, I
Dude,
don't
you
finish
have to
it.
finish the UK one. It was so freaking good. Oh my god.
It was so long ago. I feel like it would be cringe to watch it now, like how old it is.
Ah,
But maybe
that's
I'll
actually
consider
true. That
you
is true. It would be kind of cringe
because
a
it's been a
little
while. But okay, back to Euphoria.
bit.
That's okay. I just like me and Manny, first of all, Manny's my boyfriend for the I feel like everyone knows at this point,
Yeah.
but Manny was like, let's watch it together. Everyone's talking about it. And I'm like, I can't believe you're bringing this to my attention because I've been seeing like the TikTok references like forever. And I'm like, all right, let's watch it. It's just a lot to me.
Mhm.
And the reasons why I don't like the show, because I understand they're trying to give shock value,
Mhm.
right? And they're trying, I mean, at least this is my take on it. I don't know if this is why they're doing it. I feel like they're trying to be as sexual as possible to, I guess, like show like how you are when you're a teenager, which I get it. Like obviously we all think about sex as a teenager, and like yes, I know drugs are obviously like in your face and stuff
Mhm.
like that, and like the pressures and all that stuff. But I just feel like it's like too much. Like I'm like, not every single person is like out there like giving blowjobs to five guys on one night. Like
Yeah.
Jesus, I'm like,
I think for sure it definitely is like way over sexualized because like I feel like people just like lately whenever like all my friends are talking about it like they're texting in the group chat like being like oh my god like Cassie's boobs, Maddie's ass, da da da, like shit like that, and it's kind of a lot. Like I feel like there's no way in hell, and these are supposed to be like high schoolers, there's like absolutely
right,
no way in hell like that's realistic high school whatsoever. Like every movie, every show I've ever seen is like they always like over sexualize and over like they make it
yeah,
so dramatic and
dramatize it.
it's not how it is at all. Like
I mean, don't get me wrong, like I feel like there's moments where I'm like, damn, I remember that. Like, like the first time like you invite like a guy over,
oh
like
yeah.
the I don't know, like when your parents aren't home, or like the first time you like go to a party, you don't tell anyone where you are. Like I know we've all been there, but I just feel like it's too much. And to me, like I don't know, maybe it's because I'm getting older. I'm just thinking, I'm like, bro, like I'm seeing, like if I had my daughter watching this show, like I'd be pissed. I'd be pissed. Cause I'm like, what, like it's like almost like you're encouraging girls to like see that like that kitty cat, which is hilarious,
Mhm.
like the micro penis scene. I literally spoilers. I'm just gonna say I was like, I literally died. I was like, I cannot believe they're showing this on TV, but I don't know. To me, it's like a little too much, and I don't think they show the negative aspects of it enough. I feel like it's almost like all glamorized,
Oh yeah.
and I don't know if I like that.
Yeah, for sure. I haven't seen like season 1 and like since it came out, like since it like officially
Oh,
came
okay,
out.
okay.
So it's been like a really long time. But yeah, I feel like to me cuz I'm not that way, like I never have been that way. Like I've tried to like
Mhm.
be that kind of person where I'm like, "Hey, come over, like let's." I tried to be that way and it was kind of sad because it just never
I'm
worked out. Um, really, it never did. I literally didn't have my first kiss until I was like a sophomore in high school. So I'm just like, I
oh my
it's
gosh.
just like I never.
And then it was like full speed.
Yeah,
No, I'm just
and I was
kidding.
like, boom, boom, boom. I'm just kidding. No, it was just like I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't see it that way, but I do
Yeah.
know people who are definitely like
We're
that.
like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Like now being at
Yeah,
the
that's what I
age
thought
I'm
so
at,
too.
I'm like friends with like one of my friends, she's like in her late 20s and she's definitely like that. Like she is one crazy
Like
bitch.
that
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
love her.
Which
She's
I
not
think
wrong.
it's like the thing is it's like there's both positives and like negatives. Like I think the positive is obviously like nowadays, like I think it's less of being like calling someone a slut is not a negative
Yeah.
thing, right? Like if you're like, oh my God, you're such a slut. Like I think they're trying to change the connotation of that word. So it's like, hey, if you do want to sleep around, like, and that's what you want to do, like more power to you. But I think it can also like, I don't know, dude, like at my age, like I remember being in high school and I didn't lose my virginity until I was in college by choice, like
Yeah.
actually, because I was like, I just wasn't comfortable in my body, like at all.
Me
So I'm
too.
like, I don't want anyone like looking at me when I can't even look at myself. It was almost like one of those
Exactly.
things that I was like, I'm not comfortable with my body. Like, ew, like it was just like gross. Like I'm like, I don't think I want that. You're like, I would find guys attractive, but I'm like, I don't want to do that. Like I'm not comfortable. So I feel like there like nowadays there's a lot of girls that are still in that mindset, like they're not comfortable with themselves, but because they see it and like
Mhm.
sex is almost like glamorized, then now they feel like they have to be like, oh yeah, I'll give blowjobs out. Like I don't give a fuck. Like,
Oh, yeah,
where
for
it's like
sure.
it should be a choice, not because it's a glamour
I
thing.
was
Like, oh,
that
I'm
girl.
gonna be cool
I
after
was the
that.
one that was, like, looking at people and I was like, "I wanna do that." Like, I wanna be the person that, like, can just, like, sleep around and do whatever because, like, I was just, like, never, like, I didn't love myself at the time. I was just like, I don't feel like myself at all. Like, I don't like the way I look, like, I don't like the way I feel,
Yeah,
so I don't why would anybody else want to, you know? So, I don't know.
exactly.
That is, like, a part of the show that I'm kind of like, "Okay, I wish I was Maddie. I
Yeah.
wish I was Cassie," but,
Yeah. But I'm like, she doesn't like herself either.
yeah,
Like
I
that's why I'm
know,
like
it's true.
it's like toxic. The show is too toxic for me. I don't know how I feel about it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
If
I don't
anything, I
know. But I
resonate
think
way
it's
more
cool
with
though.
Rue. I love Rue,
I love Rue and dude, oh my God.
which sucks.
See, that was the part I liked about the whole drug thing, how like she was like how they like made all the scenes like when she was tripping out. That was really, really cool because I do see like they made it like so realistic of someone that is like addicted to drugs or how they would be feeling. Yeah, Rue's character is cool and like I don't know, her attitude is really different.
Oh, yeah.
She's just like
And it's like
I don't know how
you
to
see
explain
it
it.
more in like the point of view of like you like everyone is like still on her side, like still like wanting to like root for her, even though that she's like completely given up on herself at times where she's just like, I literally like I don't care. So when she told like the whole story about how like she how her sister found her when she
Oh my God, that was
overdosed.
so
I and
traumatic.
how she was like, I didn't care about that." And you guys are probably thinking like, "Yeah, I'm a shitty person," but like, that's just like, at that point, you're just like, "Dude, like."
She's just so far gone.
Exactly, and it's like, you feel so bad for the person, but at the end of the day, it's like, that's what, like, addiction does to you. It's like, it stops making you think of, like, literally anyone or anything else. All you think of is, like, what you're addicted to, because like,
Yeah.
you're addicted, you know?
Yeah, because you're
It's
addicted.
it's
It's
crazy.
different.
It's crazy, but I love it. I fucking love it. So good.
I know. Okay, well, I did want to ask you about trends because I'm all about the mid-size fashion. So I am gonna ask you about trends to see what your thoughts are from a Gen Z point of view, of course. So, okay. How do you feel about claw clips?
Clock lips, what the hell is that?
Claw clips.
Clock clips.
What did I say? Did I say
I
it
heard
weird?
clock lips. I was like, people drawing clocks on their lips? I guess to each their own. Just kidding.
I
No,
was like, wait,
I
what did I
fucking
say?
love
Because sometimes, dude, like being on video and like recordings, I'll hear it back and like you think you say something and then like you say something completely different. So it's like maybe I did say that. You might be right.
no, but what are they? Clock clips?
Claw clips. So it's like
Claw
the little
clips.
clip,
Claw clips.
like the jumbo claw
I love
clips.
them. I
Okay.
love them. My friends bought me a pack for my birthday. I have a pink one, a green one, and that's all I wear to work, and I have one in now.
Amazing. Yeah, me too. That's why I was about to say like choose wisely on your just in your
I'm like,
opinion.
"I really don't like them." You're like, "Really?"
Okay. Uggs.
Hate them. Always have.
I did too. I think TikTok is just brainwashing me
Yeah.
because now I'm like, do I need a pair of Uggs?
No, that's what they always do. When I was a kid, I
Oh my
wanted
God, I saw
Uggs because everyone was wearing them, but,
because they were
like
expensive, yeah,
yeah,
and
and
it
then
was
I
like
got
all
them
the
and I was
the
like,
rich
"I
white girls
am
had them.
never gonna wear them. I'm never gonna wear them." Like, no.
Well, you've held strong. My mom has a pair of Uggs. But dude, my mom has like been obsessed. I think, okay, being a Hispanic with like not a lot of money, you know how you always get like one thing that you're like, I will buy this when I make it. I
Yeah.
think Uggs were that for my mom because she literally was like, "They're so expensive, but I want them." Like, and then she's like, "And I saw that they're coming back on trend. I'm getting them." And she
Stop.
literally bought herself Uggs, and I was dying. She's like, "Are they cute?" I'm like, "I mean, you're on trend. I'm not gonna say they're cute, but you're
I'm not
on
gonna
trend."
comment, but good job, mom. That's my mom and my sister. My sister
She's
got
so
Uggs. She's
cute.
on every trend that she
Oh.
can hop on. You know how she is. You know how she is.
She's an avid TikToker because bitch, she literally like I post a video, she's like, Ariana's like
Yeah,
I
she's sending
love
me
her.
TikToks constantly. That's just her. I love her.
Oh my God, I love it. Okay. Y2K style.
Oh my god, I love it. I'm obsessed actually. Like streetwear,
Really?
Y2K style. Yes, I love it and I don't know why. Well, it depends. If you're talking about like low-rise jeans, F no, always no. Shit like
Because
that.
those are just not flattering unless you're literally like have no love handles. Like I just can't, like everything's just gonna come out. It's
No,
not cute.
yeah. No one wants to see my fupa walking down the street, you
Literally.
know? I'm doing everyone a
Relatable, yeah.
favor, okay? But no low-rise jeans. But
Yeah.
like if you're thinking about like Y2K style, like the like little like glasses, or like I don't know.
I just love
I've been
them.
loving it lately. I really do love Y2K style.
I do too, but to like a certain extent. Like, agreed. Like, there are some girls that are literally out here dressing like Lizzie McGuire did, like back in the show. Please tell me you know who Lizzie
Of
McGuire
course, I
is.
know Lizzie McGuire.
Oh my God. Okay. I was literally
I'm
gonna
just
cry. I'm
saying.
like,
I'm like, no,
I
that's a
lost
little
her.
frustrating. I don't do that. But I've lately been wearing like the
Yeah.
baggy like baggy jeans.
Loose queen.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's like
love that.
amazing. Game
Love it.
changer.
Yeah, and just like a
Okay,
big
cool.
t-shirt and like some
I
little
like the
shoes.
big tees. I don't like the small crop tops with like the cartoons or like the
Mm-mm.
weird. I don't know if I love that. That
Yeah,
to me,
no.
I mean, also I'm 26. Like I'm not gonna walk around like a crop top that has like Looney Tunes on it. Like
Yeah,
that's weird.
exactly. No, I
It's
don't.
like too much.
I always just wear like I wear
It's not my
baggy
thing.
everything if I'm being honest. It's what I'm comfortable with.
Yeah, I like the jeans. I mean, I've been like mixing, but I do just like a nice mom jean.
Mhm.
It just looks so much more flattering than
Oh
the
yeah,
skinny
for
jeans.
sure.
I don't really like skinny jeans unless it's like a legging, like leather leggings are nice because then you can like put them inside boots. But
Yeah. I have not been
yeah,
wearing
I'm not
skinny
into.
jeans lately. I don't know what it is, but
I don't even have any. I threw them all out. Like all of mine are like straight leg.
I do
I
it for
like
fancy occasions, okay?
skinny jeans with heels.
Exactly.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, no, I threw mine out. I was like, these were never flattering on me, and they're not gonna be. So I was
You're
like,
like, I
gotta get
hope to
rid of
never
them.
see you again.
I'm like, please stay dead. Okay. Okay, so have you seen the clean girl makeup look?
Is that like just like blush here, and blush here, and then like just like soft girl? Nothing like soft girl? Yeah.
Yeah, like natural makeup and
Mhm.
like, like the laminated brows and like the just like the tiny bit of makeup, not too much.
Yeah, I always like that for sure.
Yeah. I
I'm
feel like you've always done that.
yeah, I've always been like look at me now. Like I'm very simple
Or
with
a
makeup.
graphic liner.
Yeah, and I always do my eyeliner. Always. I was gonna do it today,
You
but
do a really good
I was
eyeliner.
like I can't.
I literally was like, "Bitch, who even are you? You don't even have it on." I'm like,
Dude, I did
didn't
this in
even
like
recognize
5
you.
minutes. I was like, because you were like, I'm sending you the link in 5. I'm like, fucking hell, Jesus. I didn't even shower. I'm like, I'm just
Okay,
gonna go.
in my defense, I forgot that the time difference of California to Texas, I thought it was 3 hours like most places, but
Mm.
I forget that you're central, so you're only 2 hours behind. So I was just an hour early.
Yeah, I didn't know the time difference at all. So I'm like, hopefully she means 7 my time and not
Yeah, no, I did. I always like I'm just like I do the time for you, but I did it wrong, so
yeah.
that was my bad. Okay, I think that was all the trends I wanted to ask you about.
What I did want to tell you about is that I saw one of your Instagram videos of you like wearing leather pants. I ordered on Amazon leather pants right away. Right away.
Yes.
I love leather pants. I've been seeing them everywhere and I'm like, I just need them so bad. So I got
There wait, do you remember there's so many good ones on
mhm.
Amazon, and honestly, like, those that I had on,
Mhm.
I had to, like, wash them to get, like, that pleather smell, but I have ordered ones from Amazon that don't literally smell like nothing, like, it's just, like,
Dude,
the
I
leather
the ones that
parts.
I ordered smell like ass. Like, they
Like
smell
fish.
so bad. Yeah, they smell so bad. I put them on
You
and I
have
was
to
like,
wash them in vinegar.
"Yet
You have to wash
this?
them in vinegar
Are you
because
serious?"
vinegar takes away the smell of it.
Oh my god, fuck, dude, that sucks.
Like, just vinegar and water, not, like, pure vinegar, but just, like, a cup of vinegar with the washer, it'll, like, take away the smell.
Okay,
I had
good.
to do it with a leather jacket I bought. Well, it's not obviously not leather, it's
Yeah.
pleather, and that's why it smells like coochie.
Yeah, literally, it smelled so bad. I put them on and I was like, "Please tell me that's not me. I'm not wearing these." I'm like, because it felt like I was literally wearing, like, Saran wrap for a second, and I was like, "Wow, that heated up quick."
Yeah.
God damn, dude, but they're cute.
No bueno, no
They're
bueno.
really cute.
Okay, awesome. Well, obviously, I wanted to just catch up with Ayana, which is why we're talking
That's what we're doing
shit.
here.
Um, but no, also, I did wanna bring her on because I don't know, I always do try to do interviews. I think that my listeners are going to get something out of it that will hopefully help them in their day-to-day lives, or if they're experiencing something, whatever the case is. And I don't remember when we were talking. I
I
don't
think it
know
was
if it
Sunday
was like
Funday.
was it Sunday? Oh, yes, and we had, like, a heart to heart. We had both been drinking. Oh my god, I totally forgot
Because I got
the scenario
I
behind
literally
it.
got sent to Florida because I was in, like, my lowest low, and my mom was like, "I need everyone out of the house." She wasn't like that, but, she was like, "I just can't
Yeah,
right now." So I
which
had
I don't know if that makes sense,
I
but
know,
anyway,
it
I'm
doesn't.
grateful you were there.
But if you were there, you would understand.
Yeah,
No,
yeah, yeah.
I had to my dad lives in Florida, so it wasn't like she just sent me there. So
She's like, "Ah."
I went to Florida, and, Eliana invited me out to Sunday Funday, and we were, like, one mimosa deep, and we just started talking.
One, it was, like, 3, and it was bottomless.
Yeah, we were doing, like, bottomless mimosas,
Oof.
and it was endless, and we just started talking, and I was like, "Am I gonna cry on Sunday Funday right now?"
We were talking about so much, like, we were talking about just life, and
Mhm.
obviously, like, I don't know, we were just talking about everything. And you're 20 years old. I feel like I can still relate even though I'm 26. Like, I've always literally been through similar emotions and, like, the same mindset, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, and then we were just talking about I have always felt like Diana has been someone that's, you're a naturally emotional person,
Yeah.
like, you just are, but then I feel like you've been put in situations where you've had to, like, at a young age, where you've had to be like, "Oh, shit," like, it just makes you naturally, like, evaluate your life on a deeper level that most people don't have to do until they're older.
Yeah.
And so I was like, you've, I think, been put in those situations, and because of that, I think you have a lot more maturity at a younger age than most people would. So I don't know if you wanna just talk about, like, one of those moments that yeah,
Sorry. I'm sorry,
I
it's
tuned
not
out.
funny. I do that. That's my thing. What is it? Whatever, it's like
That's
a
your toxic
defense
trait?
mechanism? That's my defense mechanism. I laugh. Okay.
Oh, no.
Anyway, so, when I was in it was my, like, sophomore year of high school, I believe. Um, I had lost one of my close friends, Amanda Eskew, to shout her out because I know she's listening.
Yeah.
Um, I had lost her to brain cancer. She was diagnosed, with brain cancer when I was, visiting some family in Australia, and, I had found out while I was still there, and I had found out, like, just because
She
she,
called you
like
and told you?
yeah, and it was just like, I didn't believe her. I was like, "There's no way." Like, you're I was like, "Tell me this is a joke," and she was like, "No, like, it's real." She sent me a picture of, like, her tumor and everything, and it all started because, like, she was dating my friend Evelyn, and they were like hanging out one day, and she like tripped over and she broke Evelyn's glasses. And they were like laughing about it, like, "Oh my god, she's so clumsy," and shit like that. But then she ended up going to the hospital because she was like, she kept looking it up and she was like, "This is weird. Like, I keep getting migraines. Like, I'm, like, losing my balance, everything like that, and she found out she had, like, a huge tumor, like, the tumor, like, the size of, like, what, a walnut, I think she said it was. It was big.
Oh my
It was big.
gosh.
It was
Well, and in your brain,
yeah,
like
exactly, but it was, like, in the center of her brain and everything, and it was just, like, I had never, like, dealt with anything like that, like, at that point, I had never known, like, anyone that had ever been, like, diagnosed with cancer, anything like that, so it's like, we're all kids,
Yeah.
like, in all honesty, we're, like, not even 20 at that point.
What grade were you in?
I was
You were
like
in
a
high school?
sophomore, yeah. It was in, 2018, I think? So I was, like, 17, 16, 17,
Wow.
and it was me and my friend Eileen who were, like, the same age,
I
and
remember
then
her.
yeah, and
She's a
Evelyn.
sweetheart.
I know, I love her. Still to this day, she's my go-to, my ride or die.
Aw.
But, it was her older sister, Evelyn, who was dating, Amanda, and we were all kind of, like, just, like, we didn't know what to do at that point, like, it just all happened so
Yeah.
fast, like, she went to the hospital, she found all that out, and then we found out that she had to do, like, surgery to try and remove it or just try and figure out, like, what they can do, and I remember we were, like, all there at the hospital, like, just trying to figure out, like, just literally just waiting, playing the waiting game, like, figuring out, like, what are we gonna do, what's gonna happen, and she ended up not waking up right after the surgery, and that was really scary because we got to see her after she had her surgery done, and, like, there was just, like, all these tubes, all these things, and, like, the doctor told us, like, "She can hear you, but she's obviously, like, not responsive, like, she's basically, like, in a coma right now." And it was
Yeah.
just, like, that was, like, the hardest thing I've ever had to do. It was so weird to me, like, just, like, so May is sitting on the computer, I'm sorry. So off, like sorry.
She's like, sense distress,
Yeah,
comes
she's
closer.
like, "Come here." Um, and that was just scary, and it was, like, 2 days went
Yeah.
on, and she still was, like, not awake, not waking up, and we thought, like, that was it, like, I and there is nothing we could do, like, we had to go back to school, we had to, like, go on about our day-to-day lives, and it was, like, that was just, like, so upsetting on
How
its
did you
own.
even focus, like,
Ye
in school, like, thinking of, because I feel like that would just be on my mind all the time, like, how do you even, like, sit in
It
class?
was impossible, like, I hated that, like, if anything, like, that, like, fueled more of, like, my anger because I was just like, "No one here knows, and, like, no one here cares, like, no one knows who she is, no one cares that, like, she's, like, sitting in a hospital, and I'm here, and I have to take, like, a stupid ass quiz or, like, answer these
Yeah.
questions, like, raise my hand in class, like, respond to these people who I'm not even, like, close to," and at that time, I was dating
Yeah.
someone who I was like, "This is just, like, I don't feel anything right now. Like I'm just angry. Like I really don't feel anything."
Yeah.
Um, but that was in the end. She woke up. She was
How long was she in the coma for?
I think it was like a couple days, like 3 days, 2 days. It was a long
Jesus.
time. And
Yeah.
it was
Oh, and I'm sure those days, like, just waiting,
dude,
you were like,
they
"What
took
the hell?"
forever, and Evelyn didn't even go back to school at that point, like, she was just driving back and forth because the hospital was, like, an hour away, like, it wasn't even, like, down the street or, like, 20, 30 minutes away, it was an hour away that we had to drive to go visit her, and it was hard, it was like we couldn't, like, go there all the time, like, we didn't have our own form of transportation, we didn't drive at that point, and it sucked at that point. But she finally woke up and she was doing a lot better. She, like, started walking, like, she started getting her, like, mobility back, but the tumor wasn't, like, completely gone. They just knew at that point she was gonna have to do, uh, like, radiation, like, chemotherapy, all that
Mhm.
stuff, and that was really hard, but it was really honestly, like, the best months of my life that I've had with her because, like, we just took advantage of all the
Mhm.
time we had, like, it was, like, summertime, like, we took her to the
Yeah.
pool, we smoked a
Aw.
lot because that was, like, what we always did. It was just, like, what we always did. We would always hang out in the car, go to the
Yeah.
mall, eat, smoke, like, go to the pool and
Hang
just hang
out.
out, you know? So we just
Yeah.
did anything we could with her, and, like, that was just, like, the best time that I had with her and, like, all my
Yeah.
friends and everything. Um, and I remember there was this one day, I think I was, like, a junior at that point, um, there was this one day where I went to school and I was, like, just, like, not feeling like myself. I was, like, not okay. I That was, like, a one day that I just, like, didn't even talk to Eileen, and she really didn't even talk to me either. It was just, like, such an off day, like, it was gray outside, like, it was so off, and I could not put my finger on it. I
Yeah.
just, like, did not feel like myself. And then I went about my day with school and all that, and I went home, um, and my mom pulled me aside into the kitchen, and she was like, "Hey, I hate to tell you this, but, Amanda passed away." And I, like, dropped to the floor, and I could not, like, it literally did not feel real, just, like, my mom telling me that and,
Yeah.
not not being there with her, like, at that point, I didn't remember, like, the last time.
Had you not seen her for a while because she was sick?
Yeah, cause sorry, I know I'm, like,
Obviously
going
her
everywhere, but,
parents.
like, she
No,
she
you're
was
not.
doing really good, and then she one day, like, she was even talking about, like, going to get her job back, like, she was gonna start driving and start working again,
Oh, wow.
and she had a seizure, and, like, just with that, she, like, lost all her progress, like, she was, like, at that point, she was bedridden, um
Wow.
yeah, and it went to a point where she was, like, trying to figure out, like, what else that she could do, and then she got an email from, like, one of her doctors saying, like, "We've already tried everything we can, so at this point, like, your only option is, like, hospice, or, like, we can keep trying this or keep trying this and keep trying this," and at that point,
Yeah.
she was tired, like, she couldn't take it anymore.
Just like, I'm over the medication and all that stuff,
Yeah,
because that stuff, like, literally poisons you.
yeah, she had been through hell at that point, like, she was tired, she was, like
Oh my god. How old was she? She's, like, what,
she
17?
was at that point, she was 19, she was, like, 2 years older than all
Oh,
of us.
wow.
Yeah, so she was 19 when she passed away, and, like, I'm already 20, it's so weird to think that, like, I already like, she would have been, like, 22 at this point, but, like,
Yeah.
it it's so it was just it was so shitty just because like, she was, like, at that point where she was, like, so like, doing so good, like, she was gonna go to work, she
Yeah.
was gonna start driving, we were so proud of her, and at that point, her and Evelyn had broken up just because, like, they had gone through whatever they had gone through,
Yeah.
and that was bad enough, but, like, we still tried to see her as much as we could even after they broke up, like, we all still went to go
Yeah.
visit her and all of that, um, but yeah, she was just it just at the end of the day, she just had that seizure, and it just she
Yeah.
decided, like, she needed to do hospice, and just she couldn't go through all of the medications and all the all the shit that she had to do. I couldn't even name
Yeah.
all the shit that she had to do, but, like, it was
Yeah.
like I read the email, and
Yeah.
it was just hell. All the shit that they were throwing at her, I was like, "I don't even know what half of this shit is." Like, I can't imagine,
Yeah.
like, how it feels for her that she has to make that decision, and, like, at the end of the day
What did you feel when, like, your mom, like, told you the news? Like, I know you said at first, like, you didn't believe it, like, can you remember, like, the emotions that you felt, like, when she actually told you that was happening? Like, did you have to process it?
At that point, I kind of had a feeling, like, deep down, I was like, just the way she came to approach me, I was like, "Fuck,
Something
dude, I
bad
know
has
what she's
happened.
gonna tell me." Like, I already know. I just, like when she said it, I really just did not wanna hear it. Like, I was just like, in that situation, like, the only thing I can think of is just that I was, like, really, really angry, really pissed off, and just, like,
Yeah.
so fucking sad that, like, I just wanted to be alone. Like, when I'm sad, like, I push everyone away. Like, I literally
Yeah.
just wanna be locked up in my bedroom and just, like, sit in the darkness and cry and just think and all of that, and that's literally exactly what
Yeah,
I did.
that's normal.
Yeah, I did exactly I dropped to the floor, and I don't really remember what happened after that. Like, I don't remember, like, quite what happened after that, but I know
Yeah.
immediately after I went to my room and I just, like, turned off all the lights and I just cried and cried and cried. And, like, every one of my family members was, like, coming in, like, as individuals, just, like, coming in and talking to me, and Mason, my brother,
Yeah.
he came in the room and he was talking to me because he had one of his, like, friends, one of his bandmates commit
Yeah.
suicide. Um,
Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
so he was talking to me about that and he was like, "Listen, I know, like, right now it's, like you don't even wanna hear what I have to say, like, you don't wanna hear what anyone has to say. I'm like, "Damn right, I
Yeah.
really don't." Like, I like, no matter what anyone has to say.
I have to feel what I have to feel,
Exactly, and
like
it doesn't change anything,
yeah.
and, like, that's what's upset. Because like, I wish that there was, like, something that one of us could do to, like, change it, to change, like, what
Mhm.
happened, change the outcome, but, like, in all honesty, if there's nothing that can do that, then I'm just gonna sit here and I'm gonna cry about it, and I'm gonna be upset.
Yeah, and be sad.
Yeah, exactly, but Mason, what he had to say basically was just like, I had gone through something similar, and I know, like, no matter what I say will, like, change anything, but, like, I do want you to know, like, there is hope, like, there is, like, gonna be a point in time when you're gonna be able to, like, look at this and, like, not think of it as, like, such a bad thing, like, there's gonna be a point in time where you can laugh about all the memories you guys had and, like, look
Mhm.
back on it and be happy and not, like, it's not always gonna be, like, this bad thing, and, like, at the time,
Yeah.
I was just like, "This is all bullshit." Like,
No.
I don't wanna hear it.
Yeah.
But, like, as time went on, like, you do have a choice on, like, how you look at it, and I chose to just stop being angry, but I can promise you I was angry for a really, really long time, a really long time. If any one of us
Yeah.
had to hold a grudge, it's me, and who was I even mad at? Like, I was just
I am the champion.
I know, I was like, I'm not listening to what anyone has to say, like, I went through, like, my lowest points at that time, like, I
Yeah.
remember I had to go to school, like, the next day after that. And
You're pissed.
I was so pissed. Like, my first class that I went to, I had to take a quiz, and I just started crying. I was like, "Nobody cares, like, nobody knows who this person is, and
Who
I'm
gives
fucking
a
pissed."
shit,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly, I'm fucking pissed because I have to sit here and I have to act like I'm fine, and people are, like, talking to me, like, joking around with me, and it's like, I really don't wanna hear it. Like, I'm so tired of, like, just, like, going about life and, like, I was just upset because, like, no one knew her, like, we knew her, and it
Yeah.
was just, like, a small little circle, like, just me, Eileen, Evelyn, our friend Ty, and
Yeah.
Amanda, and it was, like, it was just us, and so, like, it pissed me off that, like, nobody knew or nobody
Mhm.
checked in, nobody cared, nobody was like, "I'm sorry for
Yeah.
your loss," this and that, like, at that point, it was just me and Eileen and my family who knew, which were, like, at school at that
Who passed away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was so fucking I don't know, but at that point, I had reached my lowest point, like, it was really bad. I, like, stopped taking school seriously, like, I was, like, smoking every single day before school. Like, me and Eileen, we would be on the way to school. Um, at that point, I
Yeah.
started smoking cigarettes, which, my mom used to I know, nobody knows that, even my mom. My mom found
They
them.
will now.
Yeah, I know, my
Just
mom
kidding.
found them, and she was like, "Whose
Oh,
is this?" And I was like,
no.
"They're not mine," and she believed me because it was
I borrowed
yeah,
them.
and I didn't think she actually believed me, but later on I found out that she did believe me. Um,
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
I know, I was like,
Your mom
"Okay."
is way too
Yeah,
trusting.
I was like, "You really do trust me, huh?" No, but, like, it was bad. I After that, I broke up with my boyfriend, at that time, like, I completely stopped talking to him, and I was like, "I just can't do
Yeah.
this anymore, I don't feel anything." And then I
Yeah.
started dating this other guy who was really bad, really toxic, super,
Yeah.
super psychotic. It was not a good relationship whatsoever, and
Yeah.
I started, like, running away from home, I started sneaking out of the house,
Yeah.
I started sneaking people into the house. I was I was drinking whenever I could, I would sneak alcohol into my room any chance I could, and
Oh, shit.
I was honestly just trying to numb myself as much as I could, because like,
Yeah.
when you
You
go
didn't
through
wanna feel
something
the
like that,
sadness.
you honestly just you don't wanna feel anything, like, you don't wanna feel that pain all the time constantly, especially, like, walking around, like, going to school, like, constantly being reminded that, like, no one really knows, no one really feels what you're feeling, like, that's just shitty, like, no one really wants to feel like that, so that's
Did you feel more alone because of that?
yeah, I felt so alone because, like, at that point, like, there's people telling you, like, "It's okay, like, you need to move on, like, it's gonna be okay, like, it's fine," and I was like
That word "move on."
that pissed me off so bad
Yeah.
because even my own mom told me, like, "I think it's time to move on, I think it's time to, like, just be okay now, like, it's fine," and it's
Yeah.
there's no way to do that, like, there's no way that you can just move on from something like that, like, my dad was even sending me articles on, like, Jesus Christ and how to move on. And I'm not talking shit on religion or anything like that, but I'm not a very religious person.
Yeah,
I
no,
believe in
that
what
would
I
piss
believe in.
me off
Yeah, I
even more.
know. So I'm like, I'm so sorry, but like at that point I didn't want to hear it. Like
Yeah,
everyone has their own process and like it sucks because let's say if you lost somebody, I would want to do anything I could to help you and like make sure that you were okay. But like
yeah,
whenever somebody goes through something like that, it's just like it's really hard to see like any good in anything. Um it's
you have
honestly a
to switch your
process. Like
mindset.
it's just a process and it sucks.
So you said that you got to your lowest point and then you decided you're like, I don't want to be angry anymore. So when did you decide, okay, like I'm done with the anger and I'm gonna like switch my mindset?
Um when my parents had enough of me, I'm just kidding. No, my family was really done with me. It had gotten to a point where I was like I like even like I like got into like a fight with like my whole family. Like my whole family was involved and I had to see like when the abuelos were living with us, it got to a point where like they were even involved and they were scared and like they were crying just because of like
Yeah,
how like
the
whenever like my
situation.
parents were talking to me about it and like they were getting angry at me because of like what I was doing, I was just like, I don't care. Like take away my
Yeah,
phone, take away my car, take away anything you can because I really don't care. It
yeah,
got into this really big fight where the whole family was involved and I had to see like my abuelos like scared and like crying and like my mom crying and my sister holding me like while I sleep and like saying that she
yeah,
doesn't want to lose me. It was just like it was painful. And like I went to
yeah.
school the next day, again, fucking school. And
It's a lot of shit to go through while you still have to fucking learn and pretend
literally
that you care.
that was hell. That was hell. I went to school the next day and like even Eileen was just like, well, dude, it sucks. Like that's just, that's just how it is. Like I'm going through the same things and it's like that's just how it is. And I was like, you know what? I'm just tired of it. Like I'm just tired of like letting things be like how they are and just like being angry all the time and holding all this shit in because
Yeah,
at this point it's not doing anybody any good and it's not doing me any good. It's like if anything it's just making everything worse. Like I don't want to end up in a point where like I can't look back on life, like, and be like, "Wow, that was a really good time," or like, "That is like, I miss that," or like, "I miss her," or like
you can look back, but you have to know that there's gonna be more good moments too.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't want it to be like I just like think of all this like shitty times, and that's how I live my life the rest of the time. Like, I want it to be like
Yeah,
I still have something to look forward to. Like, number
yeah.
one, get out of this fucking hellhole school, so I don't have to keep coming fucking back.
There's more to life in high school. Like,
Literally,
I gotta get out.
literally, I couldn't take it. It was just like I was done. I was done like making everyone in my life scared of me. Like at that point, everyone was scared of me. Like even my sister was like, "I love you so much. You know you're my person, but like I don't know who you are and it's scaring me." And like
Yeah.
hearing that, it's just like it's hard. Like you can't like I love my family.
You can't escape that.
Yeah, no. I love my family so much. So like I know I've
That
hurt
was a
them a
wake-up
lot in the
call.
past, but, like, I at that point, I was just like, "I can't keep doing it. I can't do it again."
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, it felt like I lost Amanda, but, like, it felt like my family and, like, my friends, like, everyone was just like, I don't want them to lose me, you know? I don't wanna lose myself, you
Right,
know?
like, it's not gonna make like, you I think that happens a lot. I think people, I mean, like I said, I haven't experienced death. This is me just, like, observing other people. It's like when someone experiences death, they almost want to, they didn't deserve to live, so, like, why do I deserve to live almost? And
Exactly.
it's like, so I'm just gonna, like, ruin my life or whatever, like, and some people do commit suicide, and it's like, 2 wrongs aren't gonna make a right, right?
Exactly.
Like, you ruining your life isn't gonna bring your friend back.
And
You
that
know what I
also
mean?
felt
Like,
shitty because I was like, Amanda didn't wanna die, like, she had said that several times, she was like, "I'm scared to die, I don't wanna die, I'm only 19 years old, I'm gonna miss
gosh.
my family, like, I don't wanna leave my mom behind," everything like that,
Yeah,
and it's like, well, if I had the opportunity, like, to just, like, live my life, do what she couldn't do, then why am I not gonna take that? Like, it's not fair that, like, she didn't get that chance and it was, like, out of her
yeah,
hands, but, like, my life is in my hands, and in my control, so why am I not, like, doing
Yeah.
anything about it? I'd rather not waste my time and have her, like, looking down on me and being like, "What the hell, dude? Like, you
Like,
had
what are
the
you doing?
exactly, you had the opportunity, so why aren't you taking it?" Just because like, I was upset and pissed off, and it's like, of course, you're gonna be upset and you're gonna, like, have your own emotions about it, but it's also, like, there's certain ways of thinking about things, like,
Yeah,
I
it's
didn't
your
wanna, like
mindset.
I didn't wanna, like, look back on her and be sad or be angry, like, my goal at that point when I was like, "I'm ready to change," was that, like, I wanna look back on her and, like, think about her and, like, be happy. Like, I just wanna be like, "I'm happy I got to spend that time with her." Like, at least I
And then
got
you
to
met
meet her
her.
exactly.
Yeah.
At least I got to meet her and, like, spend her last moments with her, like, I was with her, like, at her prime, like, she was a teenager, like, we were having, like, our
Yeah.
teenager, like, memories, doing whatever the hell we wanted to do, like,
Yeah.
just making the best of everything, and, like, that's all I could have ever asked for from her all that
Yeah.
time. Like, I do miss her, I miss her every day, but, like,
Yeah, you'll always miss
of
her.
course, like, I just think that,
I
like
think that's another thing, like, it's like it's not like and I know when family members say, like, "Move on," I don't think anyone means it the way that it comes off because it
exactly.
does, obviously, when you're experiencing that, I'm sure it sounds like, "Oh, great." Like, yeah, so easy, right?
Yeah,
But, like, you're never really gonna move on from her. It's like you're always gonna cherish her and who she was. I think you just have to instead of, like, moving on, you're more, like, honoring her now, right? Like,
exactly.
okay, you'll forever honor who she
Yeah,
was,
there's always I always like, at this point, like, I can
who
look
she is.
back on everything with her and, like, just, like,
Yeah.
make the best of everything, like, there's, like, a
Yeah.
perfume that's hers that smells just like her, I got it for Eileen for Christmas, and she cried, like, she was so
Aw.
happy, and it smells
Aw.
just like her. Every time I see, like, a butterfly or anything, I always say it's Amanda, every time. I went paddleboarding with
Aw.
Evelyn, and a butterfly, like, landed on my foot and just stayed there the
That's
entire
stop, I'm
time.
gonna literally cry.
I no, it landed on my foot and it stayed there the entire
Aw.
time, and I was like, it's literally her, like, she's with us right now." And, like, it was just, like, right whenever I, like, stopped looking at everything as bad, like, anytime like, butterflies were everywhere. I know that's so cheesy, I don't wanna make it be, like,
Yeah.
oh, better,
No, it's not
but,
cheesy.
like, every time, like, I was, like, in my car, there was a butterfly sitting on my car. It's just, like,
Mm.
I just every time I think of that, like, I think of her every single time. So, it's she's never gone. Like, I feel like she's still here, like, every day. I would
Yeah.
like to think that anytime I do anything, like, I can talk to her. If I'm just, like, I'm sad, I could be like, "Amanda, I miss you, but, like, I know you're here with me. Like, I know you can talk to me
Yeah.
with anything," which is great because it feels like she's not gone. Like, I feel like I can still
Yeah,
have her with me, which is
exactly. And you always will because of your memories with her, she's never gonna go away, so
exactly, yeah.
I was gonna ask you, what do you think is, like, your biggest advice to someone that's trying to comfort somebody else that's gone through that? Since, you even said it yourself, like, some of the things, like, people would say were kind of, like, off-putting or would piss you off because you were obviously angry.
Yeah.
So, what would you say would be your biggest advice?
Um, if somebody has lost somebody, I wouldn't try to, like I'm not gonna go on to about the things you shouldn't do. What I would say, um
Oh, ooh, I love that. There we go. What should you do?
what you should do, I feel like, is just, like, ask them what they need, obviously, like, if somebody wants to be alone, if somebody wants to be pushed away or not pushed away, if somebody wants to be alone and have their time and space to, like, process things, give them
Yeah,
that. Like, I understand, like, you're worried about them and you wanna, like, constantly like, my mom's that type of person to, like, constantly just wanna be there and, like, hold your hand for everything, but not everyone needs
yeah,
that all the time. Um, just give them their space, but if they say, like, if they need somebody to be around, just I would just say just hold their hand, comfort them, like, at the end of the day, there's nothing really like a magic word that you can say to just, like, make everything go away, like, obviously, it
just to be
sucks
there.
hearing all the time, like, "I'm so sorry for your loss. I hope you're okay," like, "Are you okay?" Like, obviously, that's just you're not okay.
Just don't say
Yeah.
anything. I feel like saying less is more
Yeah, for
sometimes.
sure. I feel like at that time, all I needed was just somebody to hold me while I cried, you know? And sometimes people don't need that, so sometimes they just wanna be alone, so, I say, yeah, less is more. Just kidding. No, but for
I
sure.
think people don't know what to say sometimes, and so then they just say anything,
Mhm.
and then it's like,
Or they can, like,
yeah.
make it
I
about
mean, I'm that type
themselves,
of
where
person.
it's like, "Oh, I
Right.
went through," it's that sucks too, because it's also just like,
Or it's like they're uncomfortable by just not saying anything because then they're thinking of like, well, are they gonna think that I'm like a horrible person because I don't know what to say? And it's like, no, like
no.
sometimes not saying anything is the best route to take.
Exactly, for sure. I feel like I'm just the type of person, like, I just need somebody to hold me while I cry. Just be there for me, you know?
That was weird, I know.
You're like
Sorry. My mic literally looks like it's like a penis. It's
it
just like
does.
literally just like, hello guys.
It really does. Like, I'm like, "What is
I don't
Megan
know if I'm
standing
gonna
on?"
keep this set
Yeah.
up. It's weird. But we'll see how the audio comes out. That's the most important part.
That is so funny.
Um,
Yeah.
well, I appreciate you being super honest and being like vulnerable. And like I said, I mean, even like you talking about your experience and talking about Amanda, like you're honoring her right now, you know?
Yeah, for
So,
sure. I know she's listening. I know she's really happy that I'm talking about her. Any chance that I get to talk about her, I do. I have a tattoo on my arm that's just for her. And anytime
oh,
anyone's like, "What's that tattoo?" I'm like, "Oh, it's my friend. She passed away from brain cancer." Da da da. And they're always like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry." I'm like, "No, it's fine. Like I have a
you're
tattoo
like,
for a reason. Like I want to
yeah,
talk about her. Like I love any opportunity
that's
to
good.
talk about her."
And talking about it, I feel like it's powerful. Like I think like I said, I've like tried to look up stuff and like about death because I have no experience with it. I can't talk on something that I have no experience about, but I would see that it's like just talking about that person. The more you talk about them, instead of trying to avoid talking about it and like trying to bury it, you can't bury it.
Yeah, no.
But if you talk about it, it's like therapy. If you talk about it, like it'll get
It
easier, you
does get
know,
a
and it'll
lot
turn into
easier.
happy. Then yeah,
Yeah, exactly. I feel like the more you do talk about it, the easier it gets. Like the person I would constantly talk to about it was Eileen for sure. And Evelyn was
yeah,
closer to her, but it's like, she had her friend to go talk to. Like she had Ty to talk to and go through her own things because they knew her
yeah,
differently. Me and Eileen knew her as like, oh, we're her like little sisters. Like she looked at us as like we're her little sisters. So me and Eileen talked
yeah,
every single day about it. Like there was not a single day that went by where we didn't talk about it. We didn't cry. It's just like the more and more we talked about it, the easier it
easier.
got. Yeah. It just felt a
Yeah.
lot better. Like,
Good advice.
yeah.
So talk about it. Talk a lot. Talk a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. As hard as it is, like just, like not it's not always going to be looked at as like such a horrible thing. Like,
Yeah.
I can literally like look back on videos of her and just like laugh my ass off cuz she was the funniest person I knew. She was so
Aw.
funny. Literally.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming on.
Of course.
Are you going to be anonymous or are you gonna do you want my followers, my listeners to follow you?
Yeah, they can follow me. I don't
Okay, so where
post.
can my listeners find you?
Okay, so my Instagram
Oh,
is
look at her. We love it.
my Instagram
You know your Instagram by memory.
I because I don't know because sometimes I have extra A's on my name and sometimes I don't. But my at on
Okay.
Instagram is at Dayanna, which is Dayanna period Mantillaa.
Yes, we love it, and I will be tagging her, of course. So, you guys can find her on our podcast Instagram.
Yes, I don't post on TikTok, none of
Okay.
that stuff. So just Instagram.
Maybe she will soon. We don't know what the future holds for you.
Exactly.
You
Man's
never know.
and
I
key, right?
If you would have asked me when I was 20, Eliana, you're gonna be out here doing podcasts and on TikTok and on Instagram, I'd laugh in your
I would have
face,
told
and
you I
here
can
I am.
definitely see it. Eliana literally used to take videos of us, like, commercials, doing talent shows, like, there's no way she's lying right now. I knew she was gonna be doing this.
I'm being humble. This has always been my plan.
Exactly. Always, always.
Oh my gosh, we love it. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I will see you next Friday.